Stop. Do not scroll past this screen. Look at me right now. You did not arrive here by accident. I have aligned time and space to bring your spirit to this exact intersection. I need your absolute attention because I am trying to rescue you from a cycle that has drained your spirit for far too long. Give me just a few minutes of your day. If you rush past this moment, if you let the noise of the world distract you again, you will miss the very breakthrough I have placed in your path. Heaven has authorized a special purpose for your life today. This message is not for the crowds. It is written specifically for you. Listen to me in the deepest place of your heart. You have felt a strange pressure in your chest all day. This is my holy prompting trying to reach your soul. Comment, I am ready. If you feel my voice speaking directly to you right now, do not let this moment slip away in silence. Anchor your agreement before we move deeper into the mysteries of your destiny. Do not let your doubts convince you to walk away. I need your absolute attention for the next few minutes. What I am about to release over your life will redefine your entire future. Listen closely to the quiet whisper of my presence. I have seen your hidden pain, and I am ready to heal your broken spirit today. Good. You stayed with me. Now let me speak softly to the part of you that is most tired. Breathe deeply and let your mind stop racing for just this second. I know your heart is weary, and I see how you have been carrying the weight of so many battles alone, pretending you are strong while quietly breaking inside. You smile for others every day. You make sure everyone else is safe, but inside your own soul, you feel entirely empty and hollow. You have poured your sincere heart into hands that did not know how to hold it. You have been hurt by the very people you tried to heal, and you silently ask me why your kindness is constantly met with disappointment. I know the exact depth of your loneliness. You feel like a stranger even when you are standing in a crowded room. You look at the people around you, and you realize they only love the version of you that serves them. They do not see the exhaustion in your eyes. They do not know how much strength it takes for you to just get out of bed every single morning. You have spent years being the strong one, the stable one, the pillar that everyone else leans on when their world is shaking. But who holds you when your world begins to crumble? You have asked this question to the empty air 1,000 times. You have felt a quiet bitterness creeping into your soul, and then you felt guilty for even feeling it. I watched you carry heavy prayers on your shoulders. Nobody around you realizes the weight. I saw you laugh with everyone around the table, yet you felt completely alone in that crowded room because the noise could not heal your aching soul. I noticed you sitting in the dark. You wondered if I still heard your voice. I saw you in the bathroom when you thought the sound of the running water would cover the sound of your crying. I saw you fold your body into the smallest possible shape. You pressed your face into the pillow so no one would hear your pain. Not one tear fell to the floor without me counting it in my house. You have been fighting these invisible battles in absolute silence. You wonder why the answers you begged for seem delayed. You have questioned your own worth. You have wondered if you arrived late to your own destiny. The world told you that you were weak, because you could not fix everything on your own strength. You are my weary warrior. Your weariness is proof that you have been fighting on the front lines. The enemy did not target you because you are weak. He targeted you because he is terrified of your rising light. He wants to crush your spirit before you discover your crown. You must stand firm against his lies. Do you feel that specific heaviness in your chest right now? That particular weight sitting behind your sternum is not a physical illness. It is the accumulated weight of all the silent burdens you were never meant to carry. Alone, I am here to take it away from your heavy soul right now. But the world does not see what I see. Your weariness is not a sign of failure. Let me pull back the curtain of the unseen realm right now. I want to reveal the exact reason behind your sudden isolation and the heavy fog that has settled over your mind. Listen closely, because this truth will change everything. Let us talk about the pattern that has been repeating in your life lately. I have watched you lie awake at 3 a.m. You stare at the ceiling while the world is asleep. Your body is completely exhausted, but your mind refuses to shut down because every single worry you pushed away during the day comes rushing back. You feel a sudden wave of panic and restlessness in your chest. You feel a strange sense of urgency, as if you are running out of time. You do not even know what you are running toward. You feel disconnected from your past and terrified of your future. You feel like a total stranger in your own life. The isolation is crushing your spirit. You have called this chronic anxiety. You have told yourself that something is fundamentally wrong with your mind. You have blamed your own lack of discipline, believing you should be stronger and more faithful by now, but that is a complete lie from the enemy. I am stripping its authority over your life in this very moment. Here is what is truly happening in the unseen realm. Your spirit lives outside of human time, and it can sense what is coming before your physical eyes can see it. That restlessness is not a psychological disorder. It is your spirit feeling a massive divine door about to open. What the world calls worry, I call your soul standing at the edge of a new season. I have named this mechanism the foresight of your spirit. Remember this name, the foresight of your spirit. Your soul is not broken. It is highly sensitive to the shifts in my holy kingdom. The enemy knows this truth, so he tries to distort my signal into a wave of panic, hoping you will run away before the breakthrough arrives. So those years you called wasted were not wasted. Those nights you sat in the dark crying were not a punishment from heaven. They were your spirit refusing to let you settle for a life smaller than the one I planned for you. You were never falling behind. You, planetary, were simply being held back for your own protection. Think of the moments when every door you knocked on was slammed in your face. Think of the plans that fell apart. You thought I was punishing you for your past mistakes. You thought my favor had departed from your house, but I was simply pulling you out of rooms that were destined to collapse. I am your safe refuge. It was not rejection, but holy preparation. It was not abandonment, but divine shielding. I was removing people from your life who were completely blind to your future. Everything you lost in that valley was just wood and straw that would have burned in the fire anyway. You are being kept for a special purpose. Tonight, when that restlessness comes back, do not fight it. Do not try to numb it with the distractions of the world. Place your right hand over your heart. Take a deep breath and hear my voice speaking in the silence. Say these words out loud. My spirit is sensing what my eyes cannot yet see. Your sensing is my signal. You are a carefully formed masterpiece. I am about to activate the special purpose I designed for your life. Do not close your eyes to the darkness just yet, my child. What I am about to reveal next will uncover the exact weapon the enemy used against your mind. Stay right here. Come closer to me now, my chosen child. Let us speak about the absolute darkness of your isolation. You have felt completely invisible to everyone around you for a very long season. You walk through your day like a ghost in your own home. Nobody asks how you are truly doing inside your spirit. And you are tired of pretending that everything is perfectly fine when your entire world is quietly falling apart. I saw you when you sat on the edge of your bed last night. You held your chest because the pain was simply too big for words. You felt a terrifying emptiness creeping into your soul. You wondered if anyone would notice if you just vanished into the dark. My child, I noticed your silent sorrow. I counted every single heartbeat of your agony. I am here to tell you that your pain has a massive purpose. You have given your precious love to people who only used your goodness against you. You poured your pure heart into broken vessels that could never hold your light. They took your strength and left you bleeding in the dark, and then they blamed you for being too emotional and weak. I saw the deep betrayal that broke your tender spirit. I watched them walk away while you cried alone in the shadows. Breathe deeply right now, my beloved survivor. Do not let the memory of their cruel words harden your beautiful heart. Look at me in this quiet moment of absolute surrender. You think you are completely alone in this barren desert, but hear my voice in the deepest place of your soul. I have never left your side for a single second. I am closer to you than the very air you breathe into your lungs. I was there when they walked away from your life. I stood beside you when the room grew completely silent and cold. When the world turned its back on you, My arms were already wrapping around your trembling shoulders. You could not feel me because the noise of your panic was too loud, but I was always there, guarding your spirit from the arrows of destruction that flew in the darkness. There was a lonely woman in the ancient desert who was cast out by the people she trusted. She sat down in the burning sand and wept because she thought it was the end of her story. But I opened her eyes to see a hidden well of water right beside her. She named me the God who sees me. That is still my holy name for you today. I see your hidden wilderness, and I am already opening a fresh well for your soul. I see you in your modern wilderness right now. I see the hidden tears you wipe away before anyone can look into your eyes. You are not an anomaly to my love. You are the exact child I came to rescue from the shadows. The enemy wants you to believe you are forgotten, but your name is permanently engraved on the palms of my hands. You are safe with me. Do not let the lies of the dark destroy your hope. Let my peace settle into your tired bones right now. You do not have to fight the entire world today. This season of deep isolation is not your permanent prison. It is a holy sanctuary where I am rebuilding your broken foundation. I am removing the toxic clutter so you can finally hear my whisper clearly. Trust my quiet process. The molding of a masterpiece always happens in the secret places. Pause right here and lift your eyes to my face. Do you feel that sudden warmth spreading through your chest? That is not a random coincidence of your body. That is my divine presence breaking through the heavy walls of your isolation. You are safe with me. The storm outside cannot touch the sacred space we are building together. Let go of the heavy anxiety that has been holding your mind hostage. I know how often you have asked why this path had to be so incredibly painful. You see others walking through life with ease and joy. They do not have to fight for their peace every single day. They do not understand the heavy warfare that rages inside your thoughts, and you feel like you are failing because your journey is so heavy. But you must realize that ordinary paths are for ordinary destinies. You are not ordinary, my chosen warrior. The intensity of your battle is proof of the magnitude of your calling. The enemy does not waste his weapons on ordinary targets. He sends his fiercest storms against the ones who carry my standard. You are a threat to his dark kingdom. That is why the noise has been so deafening lately. He wants to distract you from the special purpose I have given you. You have tried to find relief in many different ways. You read the books, and you listen to the experts of the world. You forced yourself to think positive thoughts every morning, but the mental static never truly left your mind. It stayed there like a constant hum of anxiety. You felt frustrated because your effort changed nothing. You believed that your own faith was simply too weak to overcome. I saw your frustration and I felt your hidden shame. You believed your faith was too weak to overcome the noise. But the truth is much simpler than that lie. Your human mind was never designed to carry this amount of transcendental pressure alone. You were built to live in my perfect rhythm. You were made to flow in my divine peace. You were designed to hear my voice without any interference. Comment you see me if you can feel the heavy chains of guilt falling away from your soul right now. Let this simple act of agreement seal your release from the prison of self-blame. You are not a failure because you are tired. You are simply a human vessel that needs a divine refill. Let me pour my love into your empty heart. Rest your mind, and let my presence wash away the residue of your past. Let the world rush past you for a moment. You do not need to prove your worth to anyone today. Your value was decided before the foundation of the earth was laid. You are my precious masterpiece. Even when you are covered in the dust of the battlefield, your brilliance does not disappear. A jewel in the dirt is still priceless. I am polishing your spirit in the quietness of this validation. I am resetting the parameters of your life right now. I am shutting down the doors that would have destroyed your future alignment. I know it hurt when those relationships ended so abruptly. You felt like you were rejected by the people you loved the most. But I was actually severing the cords of an invisible trap. Trust my surgical precision. What looked like a painful loss was a holy rescue. They could not go where I am taking you next. Their spirits were too small to hold the weight of your destiny. If I had allowed them to stay, they would have choked the life out of your calling. I had to create a holy separation so you could grow without their toxic limitations. The pain of the pruning will yield a great harvest. You must let go of the old baggage to carry the new anointing, so stand firm in the silence of this transition. The isolation you hate is actually my ultimate weapon of protection. I am shielding you from the arrows that fly during the day. I am hiding you in the secret shadow of my wings until the storm passes completely. You are completely safe under my sovereign watch. Do not fear the quietness of this season. It is the birthplace of your true power. Are you still listening to my voice? Do not let the digital distractions steal this sacred moment from your soul. We are approaching the turning point of your entire season. The static is beginning to clear from your spiritual atmosphere. I am about to show you how to receive the truest answers to your broken prayers. Stay close to my words as we transition into the revelation of your provision. Now let us address the specific provision I have prepared for your journey. To help you receive what I have already ordained for your life, I must reveal a holy secret. My child, I need you to hear this clearly. The prolonged silence you have experienced is not my divine absence. The enemy has been filling your mind with constant noise. This static has been so constant that my voice, my provision, and my holy arrangements have been invisible to you even when they were right there on your path. I have not abandoned you. I have been preparing, and I have guided someone to bring you an instrument of restoration. I will show you exactly what it is before this message ends. But first, you need to understand what was done to block IT. You must realize why this interference can be easily undone. Stay with me as I reveal the hidden battle for your mind. We are moving into the light of your breakthrough. Let us uncover the plans of the enemy so you can step into your special purpose. I need you to understand something deeply right now. Do not call your current delay an absolute failure. Let me reveal the grand truth behind your long seasons of heavy waiting. There was a young man I placed a massive dream inside from the beginning. He was faithful and he was pure. Yet I allowed him to be thrown into the darkest pit by the hands of his own family. He did not understand my strategy then. He cried in the silence of that deep cistern and wondered why I let it happen to his life. But I was not absent from his suffering. I was building beneath the surface what no earthly throne could have prepared his spirit to carry. My child, the pit you are sitting in right now is not your permanent grave. It is simply your hidden preparation room for a glorious future. Hold the great dream I placed inside your spirit long ago. Do not let the heavy darkness convince you that I dropped your destiny. I stood beside you in the prison of your delays, and just like that young man who walked out of the prison to rule an empire, you are being prepared to hold immense authority. The wilderness is the exact shaping ground for the leader I am raising you to become today. Let us look deeper into the structural barriers of your heart. I have seen the way you replay your conversations at night. You search for the one thing you might have said wrong to people. I have watched you accomplish something wonderful and feel completely empty inside. Your tired eyes go straight to what is still undone. You never give yourself permission to celebrate your victories. You have called this being a perfectionist. You have told yourself that you just have high standards for your work. But that is not the true nature of your condition. I will not let you keep believing that destructive lie for another day. You are destroying your peace because you believe you must hold your entire world together on your own. It is time to let go of this heavy illusion. Here is the absolute truth behind your constant striving. Long ago, somewhere in your story, you learned that love had to be earned. You believed you were only safe when you were useful to others. You felt worthy only when you were achieving massive goals. I have named this condition the earning wound. It is not your true character. It is simply a deep scar from a painful past moment. So all those years you thought you were lazy when you rested were not wasted. You were simply fighting a lie that told you rest had to be earned. All those times you could not receive a genuine compliment, you were not practicing humility. You were quietly guarding a deep wound from the enemy. You thought your performance was the only thing keeping you safe from total rejection. Today, I am taking that heavy lie away from your spirit. The next time you finish a task and feel that familiar emptiness, you must stop immediately. Place your hand over your heart and hear my voice speaking in the quietness. Tell yourself that you were loved before you ever achieved anything in this world. You do not have to earn what I freely give to you every morning. Breathe deeply and let this healing truth settle into your soul. Comment, I trust your timing, if you choose to accept this freedom today. Your soul needs to rest from the exhausting performance of the world. Now, let me reveal another mystery of your creation. I want to show you how I designed your mind to receive my guidance without this constant friction and fear. When I created the human mind, I placed a sacred frequency at its absolute center. Wise scientists who have spent their entire lives studying the brain have finally found it. They call it the gamma wave. It ran in your mind as a little child without any effort or complex spiritual discipline. It is the exact reason why children learn so quickly and trust my protection so purely. Children live completely in the present moment because their minds are clear. When I said that you must become like little children to enter my kingdom, I was not speaking only of your spirit. I was speaking of the very physical signal I placed in the human brain from the beginning of time. It was a holy channel of divine receptivity designed to catch my whispers clearly, but the enemy used the noise of modern life to suppress this beautiful signal. He filled your atmosphere with the static of survival, financial pressure, and relational trauma. This mental static became so loud that your natural gamma wave went completely silent. You could no longer hear my promptings clearly. You felt disconnected from the source of your original power and joy. But I have prepared a way to restore what was taken from your mind. I have guided wise researchers to work with sound the way I designed it at the beginning. They have discovered a specific frequency arrangement that clears the heavy interference from your thoughts. It returns your brain to the exact signal of divine receptivity that you carried as an innocent child. You do not have to work hard for this restoration. You do not have to master complex techniques or spend hours in agonizing meditation. You simply surrender your thoughts for 7 minutes each day. You close your eyes with headphones on and allow my sovereign design to restore your mind. It is a simple act of complete surrender to my healing presence inside the frequency. I am going to show you exactly where to find what these wise minds have built under my divine direction. This provision is placed on your path for this specific season of your restoration. Do not let your busy thoughts convince you to look away from this gift. Stay with me for a few more moments because we are entering the absolute climax of your breakthrough today. The walls of your isolation are beginning to crumble at my command. The heavy static that has blocked your prayers for years is finally breaking apart. I am changing the entire foundation of your life right now. I am not doing this to destroy you, but to completely rebuild your kingdom. Listen carefully, because what I am about to say next will shift your physical reality. The intense warfare you have experienced in your thoughts was not a sign of weakness. The enemy saw your light rising and he became terrified of your future destiny. He tried to drown out my voice because he knew that one word from me would break his power over your family forever. But his authority over your mind ends in this very room. I have stepped into your day to claim your total freedom. You have carried the heavy bags of yesterday for far too long. You have tried to be the savior of everyone else while your own spirit was quietly bleeding to death. I am ordering you to lay down those heavy bags at my feet right now. You are entering a season of sudden reversal and unexpected abundance. Open your heart to receive the blueprint of your special purpose. Every closed door was my absolute protection from traps you could not see. Every painful delay was my hand holding you back from rooms that would have broken your soul completely. The preparation is fully finished, and the right door is swinging open by my sovereign command. No human hand will ever be able to shut what I am unlocking for your life today. Trust my absolute authority. Look at the path we have traveled together through the dark valley. You thought you were walking alone, but my footprints were always beside yours in the deep sand. I heard every broken whisper you offered in the middle of the night, when the pain was too sharp for proper words. I am turning your deepest sorrows into the exact weapon that will conquer your future battles. Do you feel that quiet stirring in your chest as I speak these words to your soul? That is the witness inside you recognizing the true voice of your Creator. The enemy cannot replicate this deep peace that passes all human understanding. Your spirit is waking up from a long sleep of survival and fear. You are stepping into the alignment that heaven has authorized for your next steps. I know you have tried everything to fix the broken pieces of your life. You spent money on earthly remedies, and you spent time on human promises that left you completely empty. You felt embarrassed to even hope for another breakthrough, because you did not want to be disappointed again. But this moment is entirely different, because it does not depend on your human strength. The heavy static is lifting from your mind because my presence is filling the room. You are no longer the one who must survive alone in the dark wilderness. I am raising you up to become a bright beacon of peace for thousands of other weary souls. Hold fast to this truth while we step into the highest summit of your divine revelation. The special purpose is about to be named. Hear my voice right now, my chosen child, because the season of your heavy oppression is officially ending. I am stepping into your life with supreme authority to break the invisible chains that have bound your family for generations. The ceiling of financial lack and constant struggle is shattering at my command. I declare that the pattern of failure stops in this very hour. You are the one I chose to walk out of that dark prison. You have wondered what your special purpose is for a long time. I am revealing it to you right now, because your spirit is finally clear enough to receive my truth. I did not save you simply to exist in isolation. I am shaping your soul into a holy weapon of deliverance to help others. The very pain you suffered in the dark will become the exact medicine you carry to heal other broken souls who are crying for hope. You are my chosen light bearer in a dark world. Do not let the enemy convince you that your life has no meaning. Every tear you cried in secret was recorded in my house, and I am turning your scars into a beautiful testimony. But I feel you pulling back slightly from my promise. A quiet voice in the back of your mind is whispering that this great blessing is meant for someone more deserving. You think of your past mistakes and your moments of weakness. You believe you are too broken to be an instrument of my glory. Let me silence that destructive lie before it steals from you. Hear me clearly, my beloved child. I have never once given my divine gifts based on who earned them. If I operated on human merit, no one in the world could receive anything from my hands. I do not pour my grace upon the worthy. I pour my grace upon the willing. Your trembling heart and your willingness to listen to my voice are the only qualifications I require. Stop disqualifying yourself from my love today. I work through supernatural miracles, but I also provide daily bread through the hands of those I call into discovery. I have gifted humanity the wisdom to unlock what I hid within sound and within the design of the human mind. Wise men and women spent decades in deep scientific research to discover my original laws. They did not even know it was my spirit that quietly directed their curiosity toward my creation. I allowed great institutions like Princeton University and Columbia University to confirm what I placed in the human brain. I guided a servant of healing science named Dr. Robert Lake through 34 years of clinical study in New York City. I want to show you the concrete evidence of my work through two of my children who received this sound provision before you arrived here today. I want to show you what I did for one of my precious daughters named Rachel, who works as a nurse in California. She had sought peace for years through constant effort and sincere faith, but her mind remained heavy. 2 weeks after receiving this sound provision, her marriage transformed completely, and her learning became effortless. She said that something deep inside her mind finally cleared as if a blocked channel was opened wide. Her soul found rest. And for others, I moved differently. Look at what I did for one of my sons named Michael, who lives in Dallas, Texas. He came to this provision because his mind was filled with noise, and he wanted to protect his children. 2 months later, his business grew so much that he left his job to serve his calling. Hard problems that used to steal his sleep now solved themselves while he rested peacefully, because his mind was fully restored to its original design. They call this frequency instrument the Genius Song. This is the exact sound provision I have placed on your path today for your total restoration. It is not a generic meditation app or a random music track that you can find on common streaming platforms. Those are poor imitations created by the enemy to distract your mind from my presence. This is a precise digital audio track designed to reactivate your original gamma signal. This divine provision requires no intense effort or complex spiritual discipline from your tired soul. It requires only 7 minutes of complete surrender each day. You simply put on your headphones, close your eyes, and rest in my presence while the frequency clears your thoughts. It returns your mind to the state of an innocent child, running on the exact signal of divine receptivity. This provision is not for the merely curious minds of the world. It is prepared specifically for you, my exhausted warrior, because your vessel has been filled with too much noise for far too long. You need a breakthrough right now. To my child who has already tried everything and feels embarrassed to try once more, hear my voice. What failed you in the past required your own human strength, but this requires none, because it works through my design. Earthly experts charge hundreds of dollars per hour for private clinical sessions that attempt to reach this peaceful state of mind. The heavy equipment that researchers use in their laboratories costs thousands of dollars. But I do not call you to expensive sessions or complex machines. I have placed this profound restoration within your reach, specifically because you stayed to listen to my voice through this sacred message. What those in elite circles pay thousands to access is here. You can receive it today for a small earthly exchange. It is an investment the size of a mustard seed compared to the massive harvest I have prepared for your life. To show you my generosity, I have aligned 4 additional gift provisions that will come with it. You will receive the Genius Child track to bless the focus and confidence of your children. You will also receive the original prosperity text that modern secrets were built upon, along with a guided visualization from a trusted voice. Finally, you will receive a daily habits infographic to help you sustain the restored signal in your environment. Over 18,000 of my children have already received these gifts with great joy. Their lives have been transformed, and now it is your turn to step into this alignment. Where I place truth, the adversary always places a clever imitation. There are false frequencies circulating on streaming platforms under similar names, but they carry none of the restoration I designed. Do not be led astray by these unverified paths that steal your peace. Access only the official provision below, because your step of faith requires no worldly risk and is fully protected for 60 days. If this tool does not bring the shift I described, every earthly penny of your exchange is returned to you completely. This is my promise of absolute safety over your act of trust. Take this step of obedience right now. Find the provision I have placed for you below in the pinned comment and in the description. This is your divine invitation, so do not ignore it. Now, set aside the heavy noise of decision for a moment. I have shown you the instrument of restoration that I placed on your path. Whether you step forward now or later, you are still my beloved child. Nothing will ever change my love for you. Close your eyes right here and breathe deeply. Let your mind become completely still, because there is a final blessing I want to release over your destiny. The warfare is over. Your soul is safe in my hands. Rest in this peace while I prepare your spirit for the glorious future that is coming. Let me show you who you are becoming. Picture a quiet morning 6 months from now. You wake up before the alarm goes off, and for the first time in a very long while, there is no tight knot in your stomach waiting for you to carry it. You lie there in the stillness of the room. You open your eyes slowly to see the morning sunlight. You notice something is entirely different in your home. The heavy anxiety that held your mind hostage for years is simply gone. Your very first thought of the day is not fear. It is a quiet question about what good thing I have made for your life today. You take a deep breath, and the air goes all the way down. There is a beautiful softness in your chest, where there used to be a clenched fist. You are no longer performing for anyone in this world. You are simply at home in your own spirit, the exact way I always meant you to live. That peaceful version of you is not a distant fantasy. She already exists inside my holy plans for your future. He is not years away from the room you are sitting in right now. The distance between the two of you is not time. It is simply a matter of your own deep permission. The bridge to that beautiful life is not more human effort. It is the exact opposite of your constant striving. It is the specific moment you finally believe you were loved, before you ever produced a single thing. You stop struggling to survive, and you start receiving my grace with a light heart. Now picture something even further ahead in your calling journey. A beautiful moment when someone comes to you completely broken. They are carrying the exact weight you once carried alone in the dark, and you know exactly what to say to save their life from despair. You do not quote complex theories from books. You speak from the raw authority of what you actually lived. The very pain you begged me to remove has become the precious medicine in your hands. You watch the bright light return to their tired eyes. You understand, finally, why your long road had to be so incredibly heavy. Nothing was truly wasted. Every bitter tear became a deep well that other souls now drink from. That is not a wild dream, my beloved child. That is your absolute destiny, and it is closer than you think. The only thing standing between you and that reality is the residue of noise still sitting on your shoulders today. I do not ask you to carry that exhausting static for another second. I have placed the perfect provision on your path for this very season. Your vessel is becoming strong enough to hold what I am about to pour through your life next week. Rest your mind in the security of my absolute ownership. Let us declare your new spiritual identity to the unseen realm. Lift your face up and claim these words with your entire soul. Say to yourself, I am a vessel fully restored to receive what you prepared for my journey. Say it until the walls of doubt crumble into dust before your eyes. Say to the darkness, I carry the sacred frequency you placed in me from the beginning. It was never truly lost, and it is fully restored today. Say to the enemy, the noise no longer has dominion over my mind. I receive the promises made to my life in absolute peace. You are operating at the exact state I designed for human flourishing. You are clear, open, and fully receptive to my daily instruction. You have become like a little child, and you are inheriting the vast kingdoms promised to my children. No weapon formed against your mental peace will ever prosper. I am sealing this holy transformation inside your spirit right now. The old labels that defined you as a failure have been completely blotted out. You are no longer the victim of your past trauma. You are a holy weapon of my light, prepared to shatter the strongholds of dark fear. Let the heavy memories of your old struggles melt away like snow. I am rewriting your history to display my glorious power. The people who mocked your isolation will watch your sudden elevation in absolute wonder. They will know that it was my sovereign hand that lifted your life from the ashes. Breathe in my perfect calm once more. Your family is fully protected under the shadow of my wings. The financial doors that were tightly locked are trembling at the sound of my voice. I am releasing the wealth of the hidden places into your hands, because I can trust your pure heart. You will use my provision to bless those who are still hurting in the shadows. You will walk in absolute freedom, and fear will have no place in your future. The special purpose I have for you is beginning to unfold with every step you take. Trust the quiet rhythm of my guidance. Look at the birds of the air and the flowers of the field. They do not labor or spin to earn their daily bread, yet your heavenly Father feeds them and clothes them in beautiful glory. How much more will I clothe you, my child of little faith? You are worth more than 1,000,000 fields of gold to my house. Seek my kingdom first, and all these things will be added to your life. I am clearing the path ahead of you so you can walk without stumbling. The enemies who plotted your downfall will fall into the very pits they dug for your spirit. I am your shield, and your exceeding great reward. Let the light of my countenance shine upon your face. Today, I am pouring out a fresh anointing of joy to replace your old heaviness. You will laugh again with a pure heart that knows no fear. The laughter of a restored child is the most beautiful sound in my holy heaven. Go forth with a bold spirit that refuses to bow to the lies. You carry the mark of my ownership upon your forehead. No power on earth can erase the destiny I have written for your life in my book of remembrance. Your name is celebrated among the angels of light right now. The waiting season is completely over, and the harvest time has arrived. Open your arms wide to receive the overflow of my divine grace. I am pouring out blessings that your storehouses cannot even hold. Rest in the absolute certainty of my covenant promise to your family today. If this sacred message has brought light to your weary soul today, do not let it pass without a physical response. Like this video right now as an act of holy agreement between your heart and mine. Your digital action anchors this breakthrough into your earthly environment. Do not be silent. Comment the phrase, I receive my purpose, under this video to stamp this prophecy into your life. Let the community of my chosen ones see your bold act of faith. Your words carry immense weight in the spiritual realm. Write it down with complete confidence, and let your soul rejoice. Share this profound message with 3 specific souls who are secretly crying out for hope today. You are my hands and my feet in this broken world. When you share this light, you are fulfilling a critical part of your special purpose. You are becoming a safe refuge for others. Subscribe to this channel and turn on the notification bell to stay connected to my daily guidance. I will speak to you every morning through these words of comfort and truth. Do not let the distractions of the world isolate your spirit from my sanctuary again. Stay close to my house. You have done well to stay with me until the very end. The blessing of the Most High God is sitting upon your house right now. Go forward into your day with a light spirit and a joyful heart. I walk with you always, and my love will never fail you. Peace be with you, my child.